Then we have to ask ourselves why. What is the reason? Is it because they actually think Trump is a threat? Looking at his 4 years in office, he was no threat to U.S. Foreign policy abroad or domestic policy at home. He really wasn't. When you think about it, people said he started no new wars, but it wasn't for a lack of trying. He assassinated Iranian General Soleimani. That was an attempt to trigger a war between the U.S. and Iran. It was under President Trump's administration that actual U.S. weapons began flowing to Ukraine. This was almost certainly the red line that was crossed that compelled Russia to launch a special military operation in February 2020. Almost certainly. How do we begin actually taking the country or the political system that we are invested in? How do we take that back? And I constantly remind people that it is not the White House or Congress making policy. It is corporations that each and every one of us, every single month when we get our paycheck, we pay our money into. We build them up. We have the ability to decide consciously not to give our money to them, to spend our money locally, to spend it on alternatives, and to begin draining the wealth, support, attention, time, and energy that these corporations are absorbing from us, and to put it into more constructive enterprises. That is the real way you can vote your country toward a better future, not through elections where both candidates have already proven they have no interest or perhaps no ability to change the system. I just wanted to do a quick video about this, especially about the security lapses, so that people understand this. It's not a Hollywood movie. This is reality. The Secret Service should have been aware of all of this. They almost certainly were. We have to ask ourselves, why then? Why did they leave all of these issues unaddressed? What are they trying to achieve if it was deliberate? What are they trying to achieve through this attempted assassination? And it is not because we need to remove Trump because he's such a big threat to the system. It's because we want the American people talking about how President Joe Biden is losing his mind and how former President Trump almost lost his head. That is the goal of all of this. If people are talking about that, they're not talking about Boeing Corporation getting away with mass murdering over 300 passengers in 2 plane crashes. They knew almost certainly were going to happen because of their deliberate negligence, just to maximize profits. Nobody's going to talk about how Big Pharma has hijacked human health care in the collective West. People are literally dying because of it. Nobody is going to talk about the multiple illegal wars the United States is still in the middle of all around the globe, or the potential major wars the US is constantly moving towards with both Russia and China, both countries being nuclear armed. We're talking about actual existential threats, unlike the fabricated, imagined existential threats voters think will happen if their candidate doesn't get into office. So this is all important to keep in mind.